Happy Tuesday. It's Joe, and it's time for Pikkit with Joe. Sorry for running late. I was working on another project, and we ran overtime on that, so I apologize, you guys. But we have tons of games on the board, 10 games on the board today. We're going to go over each and every one of these games. I'll give you my best bets in each of them. We'll build the parlay, and let's make some freaking money now. Shout out to which games did we really cash on yesterday? Sorry, I got to get my mind focused on hockey. Haven't been talking it for a little bit here. We had some great games yesterday. Let's remind me of what happened in yesterday's games. We had the Sharks actually get the win over the Jets, which is surprising to see. I hope you grabbed them on that puck line. That was minus 140 on the puck line. Shout out to my Calgary Flames. That's who I wanted to shout out. Able to get that win. If you didn't watch that game, Toffoli got the game-winning goal. That was tied up 4-4 apiece. We were riding the over, sprinkling on Calgary on the money line, taking the team total over 2.5. So it was a great game there. Edmonton beat Buffalo, and we saw the Chicago Blackhawks absolutely destroy the Ottawa Senators. Now, this was not something that I expected. I did expect Ottawa to come in, go strong. I had them first period. I had them puck line. I had them every single way. The Blackhawks just dominate this matchup. I didn't expect it, so I apologize to anyone who rode with the Ottawa Senators. We had the LA Kings win exactly how I saw this game going two ways. I either saw it going to OT or I saw the LA Kings winning by those 2 goals. We did see them win by the 2 goals. Nashville and Vancouver went to OT. It went to shootout. Vancouver able to get the win there. So this Preds team is going to be super hungry to get the win. I want to give you guys such a shout out, each and every one of you, for joining me here. I really appreciate it. Oh, Joe, you got the Buffalo Sabres and Edmonton, both teams to score in the first period. That was great, plus money. You guys, when we're looking at high-scoring games, that game didn't go over the total, but both teams scored in that first period. Definitely a strong way to look as defenses end up tidying up in the second and the third, and goaltending comes out a lot more. Now, something I was talking about on Sports Grid, Skinner scored on Skinner. So have you guys ever heard of like a more unique name scoring on the same name in goal than Skinner on Skinner? I know we've had like Joneses, stuff like that, but let me know if you had a unique name that you've heard. So you guys, thank you so much for joining me. You're hyped, Rocco. I am glad. Me being late means that you got to join it at the start of it. Yeah, we've got some great games today. We got some huge favorites, so it is a little scary here. Let's make some frickin' money, that's for sure. Let's jump into these games. Oh, we also got, it's funny because Calgary won that game. We got Jake Ottinger over his safe goals. If you took Jacob Markstrom, you would have got over with him just as well. Calgary just firing like 37 shots on goal last night, Rocco. Yeah, Rocco Skinner on Skinner Crime. That was really funny over on Sports Grid last night. If you guys haven't checked out In-Game Live All Access with Cam and Gabe and Dave Sharpen, it's a lot of fun to be on there every Monday night. Okay. We're going to jump into today's games because we got to go over these games super quick. We're running behind schedule as it is, you guys. The first game on the board, we got the Carolina Hurricanes taking on the Montreal Canadiens. Now, the games on today's card are chalky, to say the least. Carolina coming in here at minus 350. Anderson expected in goal and Jake Allen expected here for Montreal Canadiens. We have a total of 6 in this one. The last time these teams played in February, we saw Carolina got a huge 6-2 win. They should win this one, but I can't find the value in taking the Carolina Hurricanes here. This is a one-off road trip as well, so it puts them in a weird situation. And when we look at the Montreal Canadiens, they have lost their last 3 games. They lost that one to Vegas, but they really did play Vegas tight in that one. That was a 4-3 loss. In this one, well, we saw that. So the 4-3 loss came down to the fact that we saw Quick really fall apart in that third period. So we did see Vegas really strong in the first and second. The Canadians come back in that third period, getting those 3 goals. So they had a comeback. They never gave up. In this one versus the Canes, in this one game on a road trip, I just don't want to take the value there. Shout out to you too, Kev. I'm going to look at this total. I'm going to hit it under the 6. I think this is the best way to go with this. I could see this being a 3-2 style game. as Carolina just hangs back, plays a defensive game. I could also see them winning this 3-0. I think Carolina comes in, they get a solid lead, they lean on their defense. Their defense is only allowing 26 shots on goal per game. They're so strong defensively. When we look at these two, that under has been a strong trend, and I would like it a lot more. Sam Montribute was in goal tonight and not Jake Allen, but we got to do what we got to do, and taking this under is 13, 6, and 5 in the last 24 meetings. The next game on the board, you guys, the Columbus Blue Jackets taking on the Pittsburgh Penguins. Now, the Penguins coming in off a loss to the Florida Panthers. That was a 4-1 loss. Again, huge favorite. $3 favorites in this one, plus 250 here for the Columbus Blue Jackets with Elvis in goal. Now, I've given Elvis a lot of slack. We have seen him play some solid games, but still not a goalie I can trust. He's got a 4.15 goals against average. Tristan Jarry expected here for the Pittsburgh Penguins. The Columbus Blue Jackets have lost their last two. They got the Senators loss that they just had under their belt. That was a 5-2 loss there. Now, they've lost their last 15 games also in Pittsburgh. They do not play well here. We got the Pittsburgh Penguins coming in wild card race. This team needs to pick up every single win. They're going to be disappointed off that loss to the Florida Panthers. I'm going to take the Pittsburgh Penguins on the puck line in that first period. Taking them in the first period at -0.5 is plus 102. I think you can look at their team total over 3.5, and this will be a parlay piece for me because I do expect them to get 4 goals here on Elvis. But the over 3.5 is -166. So no value straight up in this one, but value within a parlay. I think Sidney Crosby has a big night as well. Look at Sidney Crosby for the points tonight or the anytime goal. I would count on him for the anytime goal in this one. The next game on the board, we have the Philadelphia Flyers taking on the Tampa Bay Lightning. 7 o'clock start in this one. Carter Hart expected here for the Flyers and Andre Vasilevsky expected for the Tampa Bay Lightning. Now, the Tampa Bay Lightning have done something that no one really would have thought that they would have done. They've lost their last 5 games in a row. Asking them to lose their 6, I do not think they lose their 6, but this team is not playing solid at the moment. Their coach has benched them multiple times in the second and third period. These players, they were not able to get the shots on goal even in that last game versus the Carolina Hurricanes. That was a 6-0 loss. In that game, I believe in the second period, the Lightning had absolutely no shots on goal. So the Lightning should come in here absolutely ready off that embarrassing loss to get a big win here. The Philadelphia Flyers going against them on the puck line on the road has not been profitable for people this season, though. They're sitting 21-11 on the road on that puck line. Tampa 16-15 at home on that puck line. Off the embarrassing loss, I'm going to take the Tampa Bay Lightning in the first period to come out really strong. -0.5 goal here is -108. I also like Braden Point here for the anytime goal tonight. I think he comes out nice and strong in this one. Lightning, definitely a buy high team this coming week. They have not lost 5 games in a row since forever. I don't know the exact date, but this is not a team that goes down 5 games for sure. Lightning in regulation. Yeah, don't forget, smash that like button, you guys. The next game on the board. And if you guys are looking for the total, the trend does trend to the over. I'm not going to touch it. I just like the Lightning in the first period and Braden Point. Now, the Toronto Maple Leafs take on the New Jersey Devils, 7 o'clock Eastern for this one. Total of 6.5. We got the Devils coming in as the favorite. I want to make sure we've seen no line movement on this game. The Devils -137 plus 114 here for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Total 6.5. I really do think this is the Devils game all day. Now, Toronto, Ryan O'Reilly out for a minimum of 10 games with a broken finger here. It's a huge blow to this Maple Leafs team. And I know we do see next man up situations in a lot of these cases, but this Devils team is legit. They're making a run for the Metro, you guys. And right now, if you take them to win the Metro, you're getting fantastic plus money on this team. And I really do think that they could take it over the Carolina Hurricanes. They have every opportunity. I believe it's around plus 240 there for the Devils. to take the Metro. So taking them in this game today, you're paying minus 137. It was minus 130 earlier. I do think they have every opportunity to get this one here. Tavares is out as well for the Toronto Maple Leafs. He is out with illness. So we've got two stud players out for the Leafs. Austin Matthews is going to have to put the weight of this team on his back tonight. I would look at him for points if you're looking to back the Maple Leafs in some regards. Now, Samsonov is expected here for the Maple Leafs. The Devils I think the Devils are too strong. We know Jack Hughes, anytime goal has been absolutely money. Timo Meier played absolutely fantastic in that last game, able to come out and get the first goal of that game, cashing for us in that one as well. So they're off the overtime win over the Arizona Coyotes, which they had to go to overtime with the Coyotes. I'm not worried about that. This is their first game home, though, from that 3-game road trip. So that normally is a little bit of concern, but I'm not worried with the players that the Leafs do have out at the moment. Devils money line, team total over 2.5. So I do like that as well. I just have to answer one thing here because otherwise my phone is going to keep blowing up, and I apologize. There. Okay. Okay, this is how I just take juice down on money lines. I like it, Rocco, what you are doing with that. Definitely a solid way to go. Now, the Leafs have owned this matchup in New Jersey, so a little bit of caution there. When you're looking at that, we saw that happen with the Senators and the Blackhawks yesterday. The Blackhawks owning that matchup and the Senators falling flat on their faces. I don't see this happening with the Devils. The Devils they need to take this Metro. They can taste it. They're almost there at taking over the Canes. So give me the New Jersey Devils. The Vegas Golden Knights and the Florida Panthers, and at 7 o'clock Eastern, this line screams fishy all day long. Vegas coming in at plus 134, minus 162 for the Florida Panthers. Vegas has won their last 3 games. They got the win over Montreal on Sunday, 4-3. And the Florida Panthers coming in here, they won the last game over the Pens, 4-1. They got the Blackhawks on Friday. Why are they minus 160 and Vegas is plus 134? I do not like this. I don't like it at all. It's like the books are asking us to take Vegas. I am not going to bite. If Vegas does win tonight, I wouldn't be shocked, but at this value, they're giving us way too much value in backing the Vegas Golden Knights, and it looks like everyone is falling for it. I'm seeing 60% of the money sitting here on Vegas. I don't know why they want us to jump on Vegas tonight. This Florida Panthers team needs this game too bad. They're fighting for a wild card spot. I think this is a game that could go to overtime tonight, you guys. I'm going to hit it to overtime at plus 330. It's where I'm finding the value in this game. I'm also going to look at the under 6.5. I do think with what we've seen out of Vegas defensively, that they really quiet down the Florida Panthers. Aiden Hill expected in goal as well, and Bobrovsky for the Florida Panthers here. I think this is a 2-2 going to overtime. We get that 5th goal in OT. So give me the under 6.5. The Panthers are 4-0-1 to the under in their last 5 games. And the Vegas Golden Knights, 10-1-1 to the under in their last 12 road games. So give me the under. Let's look at the next game here. Sorry, guys, I got to fly through this today. I'm running so far behind. The Buffalo Sabres taking on the New York Islanders. Lankanen expected in goal for the Buffalo Sabres, and the Islanders, Sorokin expected here. He's got a 2.34 goals against average. We know we love Sorokin, especially at home for the New York Islanders. I don't think this is the Islanders' day. They won their last game versus the Red Wings on Saturday, 3-2. The Pens are on deck on Saturday. Buffalo lost last night to the Edmonton Oilers. They played one hell of a game, though. It was a 3-2 loss for the Buffalo Sabres. Yes, they're on the back-to-back, but I think they have every opportunity to pull off this win. I love the value we're getting with the Buffalo Sabres. I'm going to sprinkle on that money line. I'm going to look at their team total, though. You guys, we got a team total of 2.5. Hitting the Sabres team total over 2.5 is at minus 122. And that's definitely my favorite bet of this whole game. I think this is a game where we can see them at least get those 3 goals. I'm not sold on this total. I do lean on the over 6.5. I think this is a 4-3 style game. Again, I could see this one going to overtime too. I really do think the Buffalo Sabres give the New York Islanders a push in this game. We know the Islanders are huge defensively and normally not known for higher scoring games, but I do think this one just squeaks over that total. The Islanders coming in rested do trend to that over as well, you guys. They're 5-2 in their last 7, playing on 2 days rest. And when we look at the Buffalo Sabres, they are 4-1 in their last 5 overall to that over. And the last 10 meetings between these two, we've seen 7-2-1 to the over, 3-1-1 in the last 5 meetings in New York to that over. So give me the Sabres team total over 2.5. They get at least 3 goals in this one. Give me the sprinkle for the win. They are 5-1 in their last 6 versus the Islanders. But on that note, they have struggled in New York. So it's hard to win in the Garden, you guys. I definitely think they go over 2.5. The Calgary Flames and the Minnesota Wild, they are back at it tonight. Now, the Minnesota Wild have not played since they were in Calgary and had Calgary booed by their own fans in that arena. So the Wild have had some rest here. Calgary on the back-to-back after getting the big win over the Dallas Stars last night. Big emotional win for this Calgary team, finally opening up offensively, which is what this team needs to do if they want to win games. Jacob Markstrom playing much better hockey. We've talked about Jacob Markstrom. I did not know his wife was pregnant. I think the change since he has come back from them giving birth to their first baby has been incredible. Jacob Markstrom has been standing on his head. I'm looking for another strong performance out of Jacob Markstrom going ahead. We look each and every night. I'm going to be looking at him. Vladar, though, expected to start tonight here with Jacob Markstrom playing last night. I'm going to take Calgary for the upset win at plus 130. And before you guys start laughing, because we know how terrible Calgary was, they had lost their last 5 games. I think it's Calgary's boost to go on a run here on the road on this trip. Now, this is the first leg of a back-to-back for the Minnesota Wild. They hit the road tomorrow to face the Jets. So I think this is a look-ahead position. They already steamrolled over Calgary on Saturday. I think they look past Calgary and are too confident going into this game. I think Calgary can get it done. Remember, Calgary's also 5-2 in the last 7 meetings over the Minnesota Wild. Gustafsson expected here, not Marc-Andre Fleury. And give me the over 5.5, because if I believe in Calgary to get the win, I have to think that they win this because of goals. And yes, they're so strong at limiting opponents' ability to get those shots on goal to 27.2, but we know those goals have been connecting. So I do think this one goes over the total of 5.5, and Calgary gets the win. And they do trend to the under, but I'm not believing it. Calgary, 5-1 in their last 6 road games to the over. Sabres disappointed last night. Yeah, I was disappointed the Sabres got that loss as well. Johnny taking the money line. Last time Sabres had 2.5 goals, they didn't cash. I know. I think that they will cash in this. If you win, you're getting those dance lessons. Get those dance lessons. I love it. 300 bet on the Burns to get a power play point. I don't know. You could. I don't really have much thought on that. That's for sure. You put 400. Best of luck in that one. Okay, you guys, I have to fly through these. Kiprusoff been carrying the Wild most games. Yeah, you could look at him for sure. I do think this is a Calgary's game, though, so I'm not taking any props on the Wild. The Flames are ready to go on a run. Okay, you guys, let's move on to the next game. Like I said, I'm so sorry. I have to fly today. The San Jose Sharks taking on the Colorado Avalanche. The Avs lost their last 3 games. They're coming in here at minus 345. The San Jose Sharks plus 270. They're off a win last night, and they're on a back-to-back. This Sharks team isn't one that I normally like to trust, and trusting them on a back-to-back is never a good thing. Colorado needs a big win here. The Sharks, 1-7 in the last 8 meetings versus the Colorado Avalanche. Colorado at home is so very strong. They come in with 1 day's rest, and they should be able to get a nice big win in this one. If you look at them in regulation, it's still too juicy at minus 220. It would be a good parlay bet, but I'm going to take the Avs on the puck line at minus 1.5. I do think they come out strong. You could look at them in that first period, but I worry a little bit because we've seen the Sharks come out and blow some of those first period games. So that is where I'm going there. We've got 2 more games to quickly fly over here, you guys, and then build the parlay. The St. Louis Blues and the Arizona Coyotes, 9 p.m. Eastern for this one. The Coyotes coming in as the dog at home, plus 120. We're getting them. I'm going for the dog. Give me the home dog in this matchup. I cannot trust the St. Louis Blues team to save my life. Jordan Binnington expected in goal for them. They're off the loss to the LA Kings on Saturday. That was a 4-2 loss. The Arizona Coyotes have lost their last 3. They're 1-4 in their last 5 home games, a place where they had been playing better. I expect them to come out, get this win at plus 120. You guys know I love a home dog. So, and in their last game versus the Arizona Coyotes, they played a freaking hard game. That was a 5-4 game. They were able to get things done. So I look for them to steamroll over the St. Louis Blues. This might be one where I take the Arizona Coyotes on the reverse puck line. Well, hell yeah, I'm going to take the Arizona Coyotes on the reverse puck line at minus 1.5. I'm going to get a little greedy on this one. I think they absolutely blow out the St. Louis Blues tonight. So if anyone sees the value, let me know because I'm going to be betting it later in the day here. The Anaheim Ducks and the Seattle Kraken, last game of the night, 10 o'clock Eastern in this one. Now, the Kraken have quietly won their last 4. This is a team when they're winning. No one's really talking about this team. They got the overtime win versus the Colorado Avalanche on Sunday, 3-2. The Ducks coming in here really strong on that puck line. Both these teams strong on the puck line. The Ducks 17-17 on the road on that puck line. John Gibson expected in goal. They're 250 dogs here, the Anaheim Ducks, and we've got minus 315 for the Seattle Kraken. Now, the last time these teams played, it was a tight one back in November with the Seattle Kraken winning at 5-4. They are coming home off a road trip, which we've seen for this team work 2 ways. We've seen them have success off that road trip and we've seen them fail off of that road trip. In this one, just looking at how the Kraken play versus the Pacific, I'm going to fade them in this situation. And it's because I don't want to take them at this value on the puck line. I just can't get there on that puck line. I think it's a tighter game. I really do think the Kraken win this game, but by 1 goal. I think this is a high scoring back and forth goal fest in this one. Grubauer is expected for the Kraken though, so we have to hope that he's a little bit off his game. But I do think taking the Anaheim Ducks here plus 1.5 with a sprinkle on that money line is where I want my money tonight in this one. I think the Ducks are quacking tonight. I do think this one goes over the total of 6.5 because I do think the Ducks put in the effort and have the chance of getting the win. Now, looking at the Seattle Kraken, they're really strong defensively, limiting their opponents, but we have seen goals come in on them as of late. So there we go. Those are the games today. Let's build a parlay, you guys. I'm so sorry I haven't been able to get to all of your comments today. Coyotes definitely on the money line. It's worth a sprinkle at plus 250. Coyotes at plus, what are the, Coyotes are at plus 120 as the dogs. So I think it is the first period over in this game with the Ducks. I do think that first period goes over that as well. Okay, you're going to ride with Colorado. I love that. Nathan McKinnon, anytime goal, definitely a solid way to go. Flames game, definitely I would take that to go to overtime as well. I think that is a beautiful one. Let's build this parlay quickly, you guys. I am late on the day, so my apologies again. I appreciate you guys waiting around for me, and I appreciate you understanding why it is a less informative show today. So my apologies again. The Carolina Hurricanes and the Montreal Canadiens, give me the under 6 in this one. I do think Montreal puts up a fight, and I think the Canes in this one probably get the win, probably cover the puck line. I just can't get the value there. I think they get up in this and they turn to total defensive mode. I could see them stopping at 3 goals, holding Montreal to 1. So this one stays under the total for me. That's what I'm going to throw into the parlay. The Canes need every win they can get as well because they're looking to stay in the lead of the Metro, and they know the Devils are chasing them. The Columbus Blue Jackets and the Pittsburgh Penguins. I like the Penguins here. Not in regulation. There's too much juice. I like the Penguins the first period here. That is one of my favorite bets of the day on that puck line at -0.5 at +102. I also like the Penguins team total over 3.5 for the parlay. It's too juice to take it for myself outside of the parlay because it's -166, but I do think they get a nice big win in this game. Now, the Philadelphia Flyers and the Tampa Bay Lightning. Give me the Lightning in the first period, -0.5 on that puck line. That's one of my favorite bets of the day as well, off that embarrassing loss. Give me Braden Point for the anytime goal or point in this one. I think he comes out nice and strong. Now, the Flyers for the full game have been money makers for people on that puck line, and that's why I'm not going to look at that puck line. But I do think the Tampa Bay Lightning first period puck line is the way to go. I expect them to cover the puck line for the full game, but I'm just not willing to risk my money there. Give me Tampa in regulation for the parlay. The Maple Leafs and the New Jersey Devils. I am high on the Devils right now, you guys. Give me the Devils on the money line for the parlay. Give me the Devils as one of my favorite bets of the day at -130. The lines are moving slightly. You're looking closer to the -140 right now. The Leafs without Ryan O'Reilly and Tavares here. So the Devils should have a nice, strong game. You know, Jack Hughes for the anytime goal, Jack Hughes for his points. Timo Meier came out so strong in that last game. I would look at him as well. The Vegas Golden Knights and the Florida Panthers. The books are asking us to take Vegas. They've won their last 3. We're getting them at +132. If this was a pick'em, I would be looking at Vegas. It's not a pick'em. I can't get on a side. I do think this one goes to overtime. I'm going to take Vegas and the Panthers to OT. It's coming in at +330. I do think this is a strong way to take this one. For the parlay, I'm going to take Vegas and the Panthers under 6.5. And I know it's a scary situation with the offensive firepower of the Florida Panthers, but I do think Aiden Hill is strong enough to stop those goals. The Buffalo Sabres and the New York Islanders. Give me the Sabres here. Sprinkle on the money line for one of my favorite bets of the day. Give me the Sabres team total over 2.5 for the parlay. I think the Sabres come out nice and strong. And then give me the over 6.5 for this game. I think the Islanders will have to play a strong offensive game to keep up in this one. The Calgary Flames and the Minnesota Wild. Give me the Flames here. On the money line for the sprinkle, you guys at +130. I think for one of my favorite bets, I think the Flames can get it done in this one. For the parlay, I'm going to take the Flames and the Wild over 5.5. 5.5 is too low for this game. I know it was just a 3-goal game in the last one out, but I think Calgary comes out offensively. This one goes over. This one could go to overtime as well. The San Jose Sharks and the Colorado Avs. Gives me the Avs in regulation for the parlay. I think they come out strong. You guys throw out Nathan McKinnon for the anytime goal. Absolutely love that. Another one of my favorite bets is the Avs here on the puck line. I think they steamroll over the Sharks. Again, I'm cautious about that first period because we have seen Sharks blow that first period by getting a goal and tying things up. The St. Louis Blues and the Arizona Coyotes. Give me the sprinkle on the Coyotes here as the home dog at +120. Dogs are barking in this game. I don't trust the St. Louis Blues at all. I'm going to leave it out of the parlay. The Anaheim Ducks and the Seattle Kraken. I think the Ducks +1.5 is a strong way to look. Sprinkle on that money line. This one has the opportunity to go to overtime as well. I think this one goes over 6.5. The Ducks just are never giving up. So give me the Ducks +1.5 for that puck line for the game in the parlay. Okay, so the parlay, one more time, is the Canes in Montreal under 6. The Penguins team total over 3.5. Tampa Bay in regulation. The Devils on the money line. Vegas and the Panthers under 6. The Buffalo Sabres team total over 2.5. The Flames and the Wild over 5.5. The Avs in regulation Or you could just throw the abs on the money. You could do those regulations on the money line if you're a little bit worried about it. And then the Ducks on that puck line +1.5. My favorite bets of the day, God, there's more than I expected. The Penguins here, first period, -0.5 goal on that puck line at +102. The Tampa Bay Lightning in the first period, -0.5 goal. And that is coming in at, let me just see the value on that one. That's coming in at -108. The Devils, -130, -140-ish on the money line. I think they got the win. Vegas and the Panthers, to go to overtime at +330. The Sabres, team total, or no, Sabres sprinkle on the money line as the dog. The Flames to sprinkle on the money line as the dog. And the Coyotes, the home dog, at +120. You guys, that was it. I'm sorry. I got to fly. I appreciate each and every one of you for being here. I promise tomorrow's show will be more interactive. I'll be able to talk to you guys way more. I got behind on this other project. We filmed way longer than expected, but wait for that to come out. That will be coming out tomorrow on Sports Grid. So you guys, keep smiling. Let's make some freaking money today. And my quick picks, everything will be coming out later. So hit that subscribe button so you can see when they come out. They're all ready. I got my picks ready, you guys. I just have to record my videos. So we'll talk to you soon. Have a great day. Let's make some freaking money. Bye, guys.